Welcome. I'm Bev Adams. I own an independent paper crafting business showcasing products from Stampin' Up. I made this quick card with products from Stampin' Up. I sell these products and also a few items to make crafting more convenient. I have the free detailed directions for this card on my website, and you'll be able to click the links for the products to be taken to my online store at Stampin' Up. You'll see where to find all of that at the end of this video, so don't worry about taking notes. It's time to put stamps, ink, and paper together. I tend to love cards that are a little bit fancier. Maybe they have a fancy fold or something clever about them. But sometimes you just need a quick card. Maybe you need a birthday card and you're late for the party already. Or maybe like in this case, you want to make a lot of them. A card like this fits that bill. I let the Designer Series paper do most of the work for me on this card. I intentionally made it very simple, and I'm going to show you actually an even more simple way to do it. I used Itty Bitty Greetings, and this is one of my favorite stamp sets because it has a stamp set for just about every opportunity to send a card. And a card like this can be good for just about any event. And of course you could switch out the colors really easily. Switch out the Designer Series paper. You're set to make a card for anything. In addition to Itty Bitty Greetings, I used the Memento Tuxedo Black ink. I'm using my Daffodil Delight and Old Olive Stampin' Blends. I will be using the Labels Pick-a-Punch, but any one of the Pick-a-Punch designs will do great. And you don't even have to use a punch at all, either way. My card base is basic black. It's a half a sheet of cardstock, so it's 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4.25. I have an envelope. I have a piece of basic white to go on the inside that's 4 by 5.25. I have a piece that's 3/4 by 2 3/4, and a piece of Old Olive that is 3 by 1. My Designer Series paper is very efficient. It's 3 by 4, and on a 12 by 12 piece of Designer Series paper, you can get 12 pieces from one sheet. And the cardstock is 4.25, so that is also half a sheet of cardstock, and this is 3.25. So you'll have a little bit of scrap going that way. This Designer Series paper, this is from the True Love Designer Series paper, and it's really great for coloring. You could leave it black and white if you want. This is a very detailed design. You can color the whole piece if you want, but I'm just coloring one single flower. And some of the designs have a large leaf around it. This one doesn't. But I do want to bring in some Old Olive just to have another color. So I'll color this piece. And maybe there's some other leaves on here too. And that's all I need to do. Then just put this layer on the cardstock. And there will be about 1/8 of an inch border around there. Put this layer on the card base. And I do have it a little bit further to the left than to the right. Stamp your greeting on the basic white cardstock. If you do not have that punch, you can just adhere this on like this. You do not need to cut anything fancy. Or you can flag the ends, and in this case I'm flagging this end. And to cut with paper snips, the way to do it is to cut up to the middle and then cut from the corner to the end of your snip on either side with it aligned on this end. And then when you slide it back the other way, it'll be ready to go. In this case, I am going to go ahead and use my punch. I'm going to actually hold these together with a little clamp. You could use a little bit of adhesive if you'd like, and slide it all the way in. You could do these one at a time. The Picket Punch is designed with these patterns to do a 1/2 inch strip, a 3/4 inch strip, or a 1 inch strip. Since the white is 3/4 of an inch and the green is 1 inch, it'll work for either one. But I'm cutting them both together. I'm flipping it over. It's really easy to get this off center. So I'm looking underneath and then punching. And so when you slide it over this way, you will have exactly matching ends. Adhere this down. You could use dimensionals. I'm not even doing that. And I'm just adhering this to the right side, matching that end. And then a piece of white for the card inside, because you can't really write on black cardstock. I guess you could in a white gel pen. And my card is done. You could also color this card with Stampin' Write markers or with the watercolor pencils, really any way of coloring you want. You could whip out dozens of these cards in just a little bit of time. Here is the web address for this project, where you'll find the free detailed directions and links for the products I used. Just click the links and you'll be taken to my online store at Stampin' Up! Also on my website, you'll find a shop button. Under shop, you'll find products from Bev, shopping strategies, frequent shopper points, a link to my online store at Stampin' Up! When you click products from Bev, you'll find information about sharing my current products notebook in Evernote, and taggers. I started making taggers when all of those layering shapes came out, and it was so hard for me to figure out which one I used and how to tell somebody else which one I used. So I made taggers. Each tagger has the name of the dies, the item number, how many in the set, and each tagger has the size of that shape. I also sell my cardstock sampler, fine tip glue pen replacement tips, and large and small reclosable bags that I use for designer series paper, both the 6x6 and the 12x12. And I have a link for my friend's bow maker. Under inspiration, you can scroll my projects, look at the latest post, find out about the basics, which I've designed especially for new stampers, and techie tips. Under getting organized, you'll find links to stamp case slips, product labels, large labels, case inserts, ink refill cases, lots of coloring tools, a stamp pad storage solution for practically no money, catalog tabs, a quick reference, and a wish list with the catalog index, directions for my basic toolkit to go and my compact desktop toolbox. I have so many people looking for my Evernote current products notebook that I have a new tab just for that. You can find out how to share my searchable catalog. You can go to SIP Together and you can find out how to join my team so that you can either save money or make money. Thank you for stopping by. Talk to you soon.